Hello, hello. Today is October 22nd, 2025. This is SIG Node CI weekly meeting. Welcome, everybody. And Maria, take it away.
Okay, this is my first time doing the test grid, so please bear with me, but we're going to try. So, from my understanding, we start with this and then we go through each panel and look if the either flaky or failing test is being tracked, correct?
Yeah, we're looking for news.
Okay, cool. So if we go to the first one, kubelet serial. Oh, I remember seeing this one before. Device plugin. Would I search it up in this repo or is it in the test infra? I forgot.
Typically, it's in Kubernetes repository.
Okay. So maybe someone. Wait. Do I have to click into the error? How do I check? Does not keep playing.
The title of the test should be fine. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. How do I want to? What if I want to search it in issues? Okay. Okay, so this means someone is tracking this flaky test.
Yeah, it's quite right.
Since May. And the rate is lower. What is the action item from here? Since it's September.
Yeah, we'll need to think Swati on that, whether she's keep working on that or not. She got assigned.
She mentioned it yesterday, so she seems to still be working on it.
Oh, there is a PR for this, right?
Is it this one?
Both of them, I guess.
Both of them?
Yeah, so there is a fix. Okay, so it just happened yesterday. I haven't seen it yet. So we'll catch it on the triage of project board.
So keep it here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's that one. And then for kubelet, oh, there. Do I go through each flaky one or do we just go straight to the failing?
Typically flaky ones are not serious. We can take a look really quick, but failures are most important ones.
Okay. Oh. This seems to be the one that we just saw. Memory manager, I'm not too sure. Okay. Could this be it? Oh, this has been closed.
We always A/B test it when measuring.
This seems merged.
Yeah, I don't think this is a problem anymore.
Okay.
I mean, the tests are failing. The swap Fedora ones are cryo related, and we have been fighting the cryo serial jobs for a while. That one over there looks a lot worse, but I don't know if it's just an infra flake or something. We'll find out, I guess, next run.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to catch it before.
Yeah. Okay. And then for the pod conditions managed by kubelet.
Yeah, I
Pod-
would. I might wait and see. Like all that red of the last run makes me feel like something probably went wrong in the test setup.
Mhm.
If we get another run and it's like this, I would be more concerned.
Okay.
But I guess it does look like it's building up.
So you're saying just wait until the next time to look into it if it is something with these tests and not test in front?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one then would be the same flaky one, device plugin.
I was looking into this one and I created a PR to try to fix this flake. If people can take a look, I can add a link to the PR in the chat.
So thank you. And then are they the same? Oh no, that's intended one is ARM62. It's the same one in the memory manager matrix metrics.
I'll be out of office next Monday and Tuesday, but that's.
I don't know. Maybe for Sergey, we kind of lost the person maintaining a lot of the EC2 stuff from AWS, and that lives on. But DIMS has moved on to NVIDIA, and I feel like we should maybe monitor these tests because I don't necessarily know who's actually working on these on AWS anymore.
Yeah, Jim suggested to ping Todd Niels. I can try to ping him again.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one's fine. I did try to reach out. There was an issue with this one where a couple rounds of it was failing outright, and I thought it was my C group V1 deprecation, but it seems like it's resolved itself again. But I am a little worried on who is actually maintaining the AWS tests.
How do you know which ones are AWS?
In the name, it says EC2. That's a Elastic Compute Service from AWS.
Oh, okay.
There's also a separate lane that's, is there not? Oh, SIG Node EC2. That's the other AWS. They're all kind of related.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Awesome. So yeah, it seems like the memory one, someone was looking into it. What should I do about this one?
It's from Francesco, right? Francesco in the call.
I am in the call.
What to do about this one?
Wait for me to rebase because most of it is obsolete, or close it and I will file a new one. You can close it and I'll file a new one, actually. Probably is better.
Okay. Is the command just like /close or?
Yeah, /close is fine.
Okay, we'll open a new one soon.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, thanks. And I think this one is also. This seems to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay. Ubuntu end to end.
It's failing to go up at all.
I'm unsure. I think it just fails all the time. What does that mean?
Could be related to the C group V1 again?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
What is this job image validation Ubuntu ETE anyway? What is it doing?
I'm sorry. Francesco, I did do a big change to make sure that Ubuntu is always on cgroup v2, and I think this one is valid. Like, I think I made that change, and it seems like I rolled that out everywhere. But it could be that one. Who knows?
Okay.
Wait, so how do I check this? So what do I do with this?
How long ago did it start? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
10th? Yeah, or the 11th maybe. No, okay, starting the 13th or 12th of October this month.
So it's before Kevin's changes, I think.
I don't remember the date for Kevin's
Yeah.
changes, but yeah.
So one way to check really quickly, go to failed test, preferably like one of the last ones,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to artifacts. Go to artifacts folder, one of the medians, and kubelet log. If you open kubelet log, there is a, you can scroll a little bit further down, and you see why it may not have started.
Failed to connect to API server.
Kubelet's noisy. I would page all the way down.
No valid private key. Sorry.
That's okay. Keep scrolling.
That's the lowest it can go.
Oh, okay. So API server didn't start. A different error. There is no failed C group v2, or v1, whatever. So it's not a C group change for sure. It's something else. Yeah, I think we need to just troubleshoot it outside of this call zone.
Okay. Is there somewhere you take note of this, like in the doc or?
Yeah, put it in back in an agenda. There's an agenda document for this meeting. Put this test link on agenda, and then after the meeting, if you can create an item or find out what's happening, it will be great.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see how previous meeting had AIs, and then I updated AIs with links to some things that fix the test.
Oh, okay. Sounds good then. I will close this. And then this is the last one. Without SRIV. I'm not familiar with this one. There are two.
So one of the environments failed. If you can click on this 2 of 3, you can see which one of 3 failed. Oh, hold on. No, don't go to artifacts anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure how, like, maybe in logs we can see which one failed. So 2 of 3 means that image file has 3 different flavor image. Yeah. And one of them failed. So maybe if you go to raw build log, maybe there we can see it. I don't remember.
Is there a keyword I can look for?
Yeah, maybe this also needs to be taken offline when something's happening.
Okay, I can just note down the test in the same agenda item.
This may be C group thing, but I'm not sure. Because one of those 3 fails, meaning the test is generally okay. Only one of them maybe failed to start or something. Oh no, actually, this test, like some tests run on all of them, so it's not a C group thing. So only 3 tests fail, so on one of the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Google internal test grid, like you can expand and see which one, which flavors is this. Yeah.
Yeah, we can look into it after then. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Thank you.
Okay. SIG Node cryo. This looks like the same pattern of the other one that Kevin said to wait for it to run again, because maybe it's not us.
Yeah, it's the same job. I mean, this one and the node kubelet C group V2 serial ones are basically the same, other than swap is enabled on this node, so they tend to be failing for usually the same reasons.
Okay. Then we can wait for that. Then topology manager. This looks new-ish to me.
It looks new to me too. Yeah, there's the PSI one, which we know has been a problem for cryo. Vice plugins looks like that's an issue, and then yeah, the resource manager ones.
Let's see if anyone's mentioned it or tracked it. Oh, this is from a long time ago. So yeah. I guess it's included in this one. Oh, but it's closed. How do we track this new failure then?
You can file a new issue. There's a little like a template for breaking tests when you click new issue.
Okay. I will do that. Oops. Breaking tests. And then I'll just note it there. I'll make it look better after. Okay. Sorry, I'll try to go a little bit faster. These are all flaky, but no failures. One failure.
I think this is probably good for now. We can check the SIG node. The pre-submits were usually they're hard to look at because they could be based off PRs that people are testing. So
Oh, okay. So skip the pre-submits.
yeah, and then
This is the Amazon one, which I think we already saw. Oh, this is different. Why is it tiny? These all seem to be the ones we already mentioned.
yeah, these are a little slightly different with the ARM, but yeah.
Okay. These are just flaky. Passing. How come there's only one in these?
Yeah, that's a typically like I don't think CRI tool being used anymore because CRI tools moved to just a push an image. Okay, so this jobs only pushes images, but CRI tools are running everything on GitHub Actions.
Mm.
Yeah. And NPD, I have a PR to fix stuff. It's been broken by cgroup v1 thing. I'm trying to fix it right now, but test infra is not cooperating. There are some pre-submit failures unrelated to my change.
So these you're already working on?
Yeah, I'm working on right now. Yeah, I have a bug in NPD.
Okay. Does that include this custom flags one as well?
Yes, both of
Okay.
them.
Nice. Just a little flaky. Okay. Okay. So test grid is good. And then I think we move on to the triage board really quick. So you start with this one, E2E label update of 5 days ago. It's a bit more work. So it seems like there's already reviewers, so I don't need to ask. And there are labels. Is there do we update the labels here then?
This one looks like far beyond just Node, so I don't know that we need to touch it necessarily.
Okay. Do we leave it in the triage column then?
I think there's like a section like archive it.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's outside of what we do.
Okay, that was. How do you move things over? Hold on.
Go
You
inside.
can,
Yeah. Go inside the bug and then on the right side.
yeah,
there.
I got you. Oh, she doesn't have permission because she's not an org member.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Maybe one of us can do it for you. I can do it as you're doing
Oh,
the
okay,
triage.
okay. Thank you.
By the way, Maria, I think you should add yourself as an org member.
Okay, I will look into that. I think it needs like 2 people to sponsor. So I will.
I'm happy to sponsor you.
Thanks. Wait, sorry, Natasha, you gonna share your screen or should I continue sharing my screen?
Oh, sorry. You can continue. I'll just move things around as you.
Oh, okay, okay,
go.
that makes sense.
Sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. Okay, so that one was moved, yeah, okay, and then add global cache to map between the device class and extended resource. From 3 weeks ago, has reviewers.
yeah, this looks like a product change. I think it's the same category of archiving it.
Okay. Which yeah, I don't think I can do that here, but
Let's go to the next one.
gotcha. There is a wait for author column, I believe, for the work in progress ones.
It's for to do issues. This is a PR. It needs. Oh yeah, it's waiting for author. Yeah, this should be waiting for author. But it's the same thing that is outside of this group
Oh, okay.
general agenda.
That makes sense. Okay. Right. Okay, add scoring for prioritized list feature.
Yeah, it's a feature and doesn't have that much test, so archive it from this port.
Okay.
Next one.
Implement restart all containers.
Same idea. It's a feature.
Okay. Both features.
Yeah, this is just waiting on author. Person,
Okay.
I think he's trying to test everything.
Gotcha. Well, okay. Yeah, this one's wait for author then. And then let's see. Add global cache to map.
Yeah, we just looked at it. It's
Oh yeah.
the same idea.
Wait. Oh, yes, this one's art. Yes. Wraps the LW with watchlist semantics. This is a feature.
Looks like feature and doesn't have too much test. Like if you go to file changes and you see a lot of tests, then maybe we can help review.
Okay, but not too much there.
Yeah, just one test, not two tests.
Okay, bump image GC max H feature to stable.
Feature, archive it.
Feature archive. Okay. And then
Yeah, there was interesting one you skipped about override host name.
sorry?
If you go back to the board, one of the top was like some feature override. Yeah, the spelling test.
Oh, there we go. Feature override host name of pod. This is a failing test.
Yeah, I
No.
remember seeing it yesterday. Just glancing over. I think we promoted this feature to beta, and then some tests started failing. Yeah, if you can
Okay.
scroll down to see if there is a assignee already.
I don't think so. From the side right panel, I didn't see anyone assigned. There seems to be decent back and forth.
There seems to be PR. If you see on the right side, there is a PR for this. I wonder who is the author of this PR. Maybe we can assign to that same person.
Okay.
Yeah, green one, not red one.
Okay. Should I ask them first before assigning?
No, you can assign and say like, since you have a PR for that, assigning to you.
Okay.
If you want some authority with this comment, you can say triage comments, semicolon, and then like put whatever you want. No,
Like
no, no,
this?
just indicates that it's a discussion after triage of from SIG Node. Triage
Oh.
comment, semicolon, then. Mhm.
Okay.
We're kind of going in circles here, but she should be
And I wonder if you will be able to assign. You may not, but do it anyway, and somebody will correct it.
Okay. Then this is their PR. Okay. Another work in progress, so wait for author.
Yeah, and it seems to be a big feature, so I mean, reasonable feature, so archive it. Even if it will not be a work in progress, it still will be mostly product code.
Okay. Archive then. And then there's a cap.
This is a feature.
Okay. Feature for this cap. Use a different image for host name. Wait.
Looks like a PR. I think that's the PR we talked about. Probably just needs a reviewer, but it might already have one. Not exactly sure.
Yeah. It has these on the side.
Yeah, I think the idea of that lane is just like people are commenting and going back and forth on it. So honestly, this could probably be left as is. It's probably not yet ready to be merged if comments from people.
Okay.
Put a need reviewer column, so it wouldn't be in triage.
So needs reviewer. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Fixing unit test fix on Windows for DRA plugin test. Sounds like the one that was failing.
Yeah, it needs reviewer. It's a PR that is legitimately here.
Okay. Oh yeah, 19
Oh,
hours
it's
ago.
waiting on
Okay.
author because it needs rebase and failing test. So yeah, we can move it and waiting for author.
Okay. Fixing unit test, waiting for author. I think this one we already looked at. Yeah. Kept extended tolerations operators. A feature.
Yeah, it's a feature.
Okay. And then, oh, that's one. Add MTLS client and MTLS server. I think any test code.
It is for the AGN host image, but I'm not sure if this is actually in SIG Node.
Is this related? There was a KEP around mutable TLS for kubelet. Yeah, pod certificates. Is this related to that?
Could be.
Yeah, but I think that this is more of a SIG auth thing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the code is similar. I think it's shared, but yes, I don't know exactly what code was modified though.
Can you look at what files they changed?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just tag SIG auth. Can leave a comment /SIG auth.
Like that? Or is there a dash?
Oh, I don't know.
No, right, like that.
That's right.
Okay. And then is it placed anywhere? In
Ideally remove it, but you can just archive it.
okay. Okay, that's the board and that's the grid.
Yeah, you also need to look at agenda. You remember we discussed the agenda item for today.
Oh yes, yes. Okay. Do bugs go first or then agenda?
No, we need to finish this test first and then we go to bugs.
Okay. The triage column is done. Do we go to issues to do or in progress then?
No, I mean agenda for the meeting. Like this, we want to discuss cleaning up of features.
Oh yes.
If you
So
go to
this,
the document.
yeah, this was an issue that Sergey created a little while ago. Came up as part of the conversation where like there's some kind of discrepancies in how these labels are being used. So basically, it'll be an effort starting to continue where if your feature does not need some special environment, then you should remove the feature label from it. And it'll be like going through each one to check from a specific file that has all the features listed. But yes, this is the file where we are going to be doing those investigations if where they're needed.
Yeah, for each feature, basically for SIG Node, we want to understand whether it needs to be a special environment, and if it's not, then it shouldn't be a feature. Yeah, Kevin?
Yeah, these things are always a pain in the butt to do in the middle of a code freeze or middle of code cycles. Are we, what's the plan? Like, are we going to try and do this in the next 2 weeks or aim for 1.36?
I think 136 would be realistic, and these upcoming 2 weeks just get it started. Or what do you think, Sergey?
Yeah, I think we discussed yesterday that if we do a lot of things this week, it will be great. Next week, ideally, we need to stabilize everything. So I would prefer not to go too deep into code freeze. So we wouldn't destabilize release too much. What it means, it may mean that we do a lot of things today and then, not like this week, and then maybe early next week, and then we wait till 136 will open again. So it will be a long wait. But I think it's worth starting and like clarifying everything. So maybe new features will be added correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think Maria want to drive it, and she may reach out and ask, "Is your feature really needed?" So if you have a feature, uh, we can either clarify it in the comments or make some corrections.
Is there a way to, could we add something like a linter to catch these things so that like if people are adding these, they won't be adding more?
Yeah, I typically catch it through comments on a feature page. Like if I see a feature being added, I ask to expand, like to write a long comment explaining why the feature is needed.
Yeah, but they're all like
But
to-dos.
yeah, right now it's a lot of to-dos.
Yeah.
I think that may be a forcing factor, but I hear you. I don't know how to enforce it. I think we discussed during C group transition. We discussed that Maria had a PR on adding a feature flag on a test. So test lane will declare which feature it is, and then this flag can be tested, validated on test side. So test with this flag will be tested on this test lane. So that's maybe like it's not a linter; it's kind of runtime check that may be useful. Or the
I'll be honest, I'm always a little confused at where this thread is, so I don't. So I like the idea of the feature gate. I get a little confused for SIG Node, like what we mean by feature, because we used it so heavily. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna ask. I think like cleanup is necessary. Like even during the release time, there were some red tests that we were struggling to find signals to decide. I think like adding more structure into. I mean, signal tests are so wide. I think adding more structure and how we could introduce like maybe like we have the feature name added into the uh, test now, like the Ginkgo test, but um using them as signals, maybe we should plan about like how we could be able to categorize failures to features. I think that would help us. Is that something that can be clubbed as part of this cleanup? I'm thinking that like if tests could be restructured in some way, or maybe like just even simplest test grid having some way to have like a feature tag, to understand like, okay, this test is like scoped it to this feature. I think that would be more useful.
Yeah, I mean, we have that kind of like at least the idea when you add a feature is it does show up in the name. There has been a refactor in the last maybe 2 releases ago, maybe now, where they added something called a with feature gate, where this would actually automatically run, doesn't actually run node ETEs, but it runs the non-node ETE tests in the alpha. Like if there's an alpha feature gate, it will automatically run, I think, in the kind alpha lane, which is not part of SIG Node. Part of this work is trying to consolidate that because there's kind of, to me, there's like two ways people are running end-to-end tests. They're either doing them as an end-to-end, not using Node ETE, and then the Node ETE ones. So the SIG Node ones are kind of lagging behind some of the SIG testing standards. So the motivation for this issue is to try and consolidate them. The challenge I find with SIG node related tests are a lot of times we are setting the kernel settings or we are relying on a container runtime. So then we are actually technically a special environment, which is kind of the point of what feature was supposed to be. So it gets kind of, it's a hard one to do in like a fell swoop. It gets easier when the tests, like if the kernel features are like GA'd everywhere or the container runtime stuff has propagated to every container runtime, then we don't really need the special environment. But that's why we leverage that pretty heavily in SIG node. So I guess I'm still not exactly clear on what the action item for this issue is, though.
I think the good outcome will be at least have a to-do cleaned up and for every feature explain what kind of environment it requires. If feature is not needed, and we have plenty that is not needed, we can just remove them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we can just start with looking through the file that was attached. Yeah. And then slowly make like some kind of playbook with for future ones too.
Yeah, this issue with new CRI needed is also like we will start with feature if new CRI version is needed because it's a special lane. We cannot test it in regular lane, but then like slowly to disappear. So hopefully we will have like when we describe a feature, we also describe like when this feature is no longer needed. Like when all CRIs at least at this version like implement this feature, we can remove the feature from list of features.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like the way I see it, there's, yeah, if we want to make sure that anything that's in tests ETE feature for SIG nodes, either is it represented with just a feature gate and it's probably not necessary, it can probably just run in a normal test lane, and anything that is or does require a special environment or container runtime flags should still, I guess, belong as a feature. And yeah, I think that would be good. That would go a long way towards helping clean this up.
And it will help to get a clear signal from CI. Like when new feature being developed, I really struggle. Like, where is it tested? Like, do we have a test lane for that? Like, and then you need to create a test lane without test actually present there, and then like this test lane is a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's always, I don't think anyone understands it, and it kind of just fails, and then we sort of figure it out. Yeah.
But that's up and coming. And then I think there was a mention of the code freeze to start a stabilized test.
Yeah, let's try to clean up as many as we can, like for a few next days, and then see.
Okay. And then
I mean, we can add comments to features later. It's fine. We just don't want to do a lot of disruption changes.
Makes sense. Okay, and then I can pass it off to Ajay.
All right, thanks, Maria. So my quick note here was on is on the node performance test. Like, seems like we run this against CRI. Like we have one for Crayon, one on Containerd. There was a discussion yesterday during SIG node meeting on someone was trying to upgrade the test images. They are currently built against Stretch, which is a very old Debian version that's no longer. I mean, it's archived. They are trying to upgrade it to recent. That's still in the supported timeline, and it doesn't work because of the test dependency. It's not building, and the recent one where it would build against is in Buster, which is also archived version. So the question here is, who owns these maintenance tasks and how are these signals used? I didn't realize that we had performance tests until I saw these, because I looked up against the regular SIG kubelet SIG Node kubelet runs, and these tests are being skipped because it requires like 15 cores. However, like we have these performance tests that run against like 16 core CPU or whatever. So these are actually run daily, and I found that these are pausing, but I just not clear about, like, we can go test like a best effort maintenance, but wanted to get more clarity on the background on these tests and whether we have a dependency or who owns the maintenance on these.
I think honestly, whatever's in SIG node or in the container runtime, or whatever's in the container runtimes is falling in SIG node to maintain them.
It'll be us. Okay. All right. I think like I would maybe like follow up on the pull request to go with the best effort upgrade. Moving from stretch to buster seems reasonable. These tests themselves are using older versions. We'll try to bump them up and just make them run best effort tests with recent tests available. I think that's reasonable. Would there be any other opinions?
Yeah, I guess. Does anyone know how this is related to the tests that SIG scalability runs?
These are like at the node. I looked at what sort of tests these run. They are basically like trying to run really high parallel workloads and using MPI paradigms. And there is also a TensorFlow workload. Doesn't really correspond to kubelet, but yeah, maybe relevant to CRI when many jobs are triggered. I don't know, like if that's um, used for any signals or any decisions downstream.
I don't believe so, at least on the cryo side. I don't know about continuity.
I think it was one of the efforts of trying to bring performance considerations into upstream, but I don't remember who owns it. And SIG scalability, every discussion with them, I feel like they only concentrate on master scalability, like control plane,
Yeah.
like API servers. So they don't even like when they run scalability tests, they don't even configure readiness probes or anything like that. So they don't test scalability of nodes at all.
Okay. Sounds good. Maybe I'll leave a note with I'll just like take a quick check with Containerd, and we can maintain these as best effort tests. We could revisit this when this test break, or if these are no longer maintained, if we realize these are no longer maintained, we could plan further on how we could remove them or whatever. Right now the PR itself is very simple. It's just like bumping up from buster stretch to buster. It seems okay. And there was a suggestion to keep this in nodeperf and out of AGN host, which I think is also fine. We're keeping them separate from the AGN host, which is because it's not a feature test.
Yeah, it makes me a little sad of dynamic here. Like we had a SOC testing before when we ran some jobs for multiple days and was running like looking for memory leaks, and that is gone now. We had a what is this? Um, we had like memory tracking and this chart with memory kubelet and runtime users, and like we checked on every meeting, and this is gone now because SIG, some other SIG was running, and then they got they changed priorities. They don't run this dashboard any longer. So now this performance is going away. It's kind of making me sad, but at the same time, I know downstream testing it. So maybe one day we can bring it back to upstream and like with some new energy.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll check with downstream, ensure that like these are in place. But I think like we are also moving to a place where like kubelet is more seen as like a plugins, like container of plugins, where individual zones are like, aspects are going to be different pieces. So it makes sense to me. But yeah, we should also ensure that like these are run downstream to make sure like the stability of Kate's pieces are also good.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
DRA is now running some scalability and performance tests on how fast things being scheduled. but I think it was mostly one-off, and I don't know whether it will survive through time. Anyway, I like the idea to keep it best effort for now, and if it's completely busted, we can delete it and wait for new energy to bring it back.
Sounds good. That sounds fair. Thanks again.
And we spent all the time. We didn't even get to bugs. Natasha, do you want to just show all the bugs like really quickly in triage pool?
Sure, there's only 3, so we can just do them quickly. It won't let me share that tab, so I guess I have to share my entire screen. Okay. Restop sleep continues after PID1 exits. We looked at this one last week. And I think we said we would just circle back this week, but nothing has changed. So do we just want to?
Yeah, so this is not on the call now.
Okay.
So we've been saying that it doesn't seem to be, it may be an issue. So pre-stop has this new sleep action. I think it's about the sleep action, right?
Yeah.
Can you look at, yes, it's a sleep action. Okay, so sleep action, they're saying it needs to be terminated when PID1 exits. I think it's reasonable to expect that. I think it may constitute a problem.
Should we just try to accept it then?
Yes, I think that's reasonable. So new sleep action was introduced mostly for Nginx. In Nginx, there is sleep binary is not there, so you can just exec into sleep. So we introduced a sleep action. But now, if sleep action actually blocking for the whole duration of graceful termination, that it's kind of useless. I don't think anybody will want to use it.
Do we want to CC node lifecycle on this, since they are also investigating on the graceful shutdown problem?
That may be a good idea, yeah. But do you know who specifically?
I think there should be a WG node lifecycle. You can do that, but I could find the POC node here.
Is the action just executed by the kubelet? It's not running the container like process space or anything?
Yeah, it's just kubelet waiting for that amount of time instead of calling into a container. But my recollection was that we wanted it to terminate when process is completely exited. So it may be implementation problem.
Sorry, who should I tag from Node Lifecycle?
Oh, I just added a comment.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
It's Philip Krapinski.
Oh, you added it.
Yeah.
And here. Sorry, I'm sure the
You could move on. Maybe I could add a comment. Yeah, since we are low on time already.
Okay. Okay. Last one. The RA plugin cannot pass them out for pod with host users.
Yeah, I've been talking with folks about this. I think this is a bug in CDI and not in kubelet, because the currently DRA doesn't pass any sort of context about the pod itself to the driver. So it's on the driver to, or really it's on CDI, which is called by the driver to actually mutate the pod request so that the pod can access the mount. So I think we can probably close this. I think a new bug was opened in CDI and it can be tracked there.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good. We're out of time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks.